After waking up in a Brooklyn jail cell this morning, a limping Nicolas Maduro was driven to a helicopter and flown with his wife over the East River to a federal courtroom in Manhattan, surrounded by Drug Enforcement Agency officers 2 days after they were snatched from Caracas by US Special Forces in the dead of night. Thousands of miles away, Venezuela's interim leader, his ally and junior Delcy Rodríguez, was preparing to be officially sworn in as president. She may soon be at the helm, but make no bones, said Donald Trump, answering his own questions on Air Force One.
Don't ask me who's in charge, because I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
Yes, we're in charge.
Have you spoken with her?
We're in charge.
Earlier on Sunday, he told The Atlantic magazine that if Rodríguez doesn't do what's right, she's going to pay a very big price, probably bigger than Maduro. Her public riposte came on Instagram in a direct missive to the US president, saying, "Donald Trump, our peoples and our region deserve peace and dialogue, not war." But with the country under a naval blockade, surrounded by up to 20,000 US troops amassing since the summer, she'll be operating with a not-so-metaphorical gun to her head.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Maduro will appear in court this afternoon alongside his wife on charges of drug trafficking. His lawyers are expected to argue that under US and international law, he should, as a sovereign head of a foreign state, be immune from prosecution. The Department of Justice is expected to argue instead that the US doesn't recognize him as such, following 2024's election described by international observers as fraudulent. The UN Security Council is today convening to discuss the situation in a meeting backed by Venezuelan allies Russia and China and requested by Colombia, itself in the verbal crosshairs on Air Force One.
Venezuela is very sick. Colombia is very sick too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S. and
it sounds good to me.
A threat of sorts to Colombia's left-leaning leader Gustavo Petro, whose term comes to an end anyway next year. Senator Lindsey Graham at the president's side told Cuba to watch out too, even if Trump said it didn't need any action because it was going down anyway. Trump's is an administration stacked with Latin America hawks, not least Secretary of State Marco Rubio, said to be the architect of US Venezuela policy. But there were words too from the US president on his hopes of annexing Greenland, the semi-autonomous Danish territory, comments Greenland's prime minister described as utterly unacceptable.
We need Greenland from a national security situation. It's so strategic. Right now, Greenland is covered with Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need Greenland from the standpoint of national security. And Denmark is not going to be able to do it, I can tell you.
With the echoes of Saturday's strikes on Caracas still reverberating, and with the future governance of Venezuela yet to be defined and determined, one thing is clear about ongoing US intervention.
We're going to have big investments by the oil companies to bring back the infrastructure. And the oil companies are ready to go.
Venezuela holds the world's largest estimated oil reserves, most of it untapped. The price for peace then for its new president measured in barrels that will take billions and years to extract. Another costly, lengthy intervention, the likes of which Trump had once ruled out.